Now in past videos I have already said many a time that credit creation by commercial bank is one of the important topic as per board point of view, right? Now that is what we are going to check out, credit creation by commercial banks. Bank creates deposits in the process of advancing of loans. When customers deposit currency with the commercial bank, it is called primary deposits. I hope you understand what that means. This means whenever the customer is depositing first time, that means in their saving account or current account or any such account, okay, that deposit is known as what? Primary deposits. When a bank grant loan, discounts the bill of exchange, provides overdraft facilities, etc., and made investment through the purchase of bonds and securities, they do not pay the amount in cash but open an account in the name of the borrower and allow them to withdraw by check. These deposits are called derivative deposits and increase the money supply in the economy. It is the creation of derivative deposits which is known as credit creation by commercial banks. Now what they say, whenever bank give loans, okay, whenever bank grant loans or discount the bill or any such case or give overdraft facility, so straight away they are not giving you complete cash in your hand. What they do, whatever amount they sanction for you, they will transfer it in your account. Okay, now if it is in your account, indirectly it is with bank. So if you are not using that in some or the other way, bank will use that amount. Okay, now this kind of deposit, okay, that is the one which is being made by the bank in your account as a loan. Okay, these deposits are known as derivative deposits, or you can say secondary deposits. Okay, now credit creation is done through derivative deposits. Now we will understand what kind of process is being followed to for creation of this credit. Okay, now next topic is process of credit creation. Now let us assume that there are many commercial banks, okay, such as State Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, blah blah, many banks, right? A deposit of 1000 is made by a customer in cash in SBI, okay, in one of the bank. Don't say SBI, in one of the bank. Okay, the bank is required to keep cash reserve of 20%. Do remember, the bank keeps the reserve which is known as LRR. Now what is LRR? LRR is a legal reserve ratio. Okay, now this cash reserve is what? Legal reserve ratio. What is the legal reserve ratio? 20%. Okay, the balance in the excess reserve used for advancing loan. Okay, now apart from that, which a bank is bounded to keep as a reserve, whatever they are, it is being left out, that is being used by bank for advancing loan. Okay, now SBI keeps cash reserve of rupees 200, that is 20% of 1000. Okay, and advance loan of 800. So 20% of 1000 is how much? 200. They are bounded to keep this 200 as a reserve. Now what is being left out? 800. Now 800 will be given to the customer, whoever is in need, as a loan. Okay, now again this 800 will not be directly given as a cash to him. What will happen? It will be transferred to his loan account. Okay, so 800 to a firm A. Now they are giving loan to a firm A which uses this loan to purchase some goods and services. Now goods and services from whom? From B. Okay, by issuing a check of rupees 800. Okay, now again this check is drawn on whom? Wherever there may be account. It was in SBI, so no doubt the check will be drawn on SBI only. Now suppose B has its accounts in a Bank of Baroda. Okay, though the check is drawn on SBI, but account is where? Account is in Bank of Baroda. Now this 800 will be transferred where? From SBI to Bank of Baroda. Okay, so now this amount is gone to Bank of Baroda. Now what Bank of Baroda will go do? Again 20% will be kept as a reserve by Bank of Baroda. Why? Because they are bounded to keep that. Rules are equal for every bank, right? Now from 800, bank will keep 20% as a deposit, 20% as a reserve. So that will be 160. Okay. Now surplus, that means apart from 160, whatever is being left out, whatever is the surplus will be circulated as a loan. Again the process will be followed. 640 will go in another bank. Again 10% reserve is being kept. Rest of the money which is being left out, again it will be circulated. So this process will go on and on and on till it comes, the cash reserve comes till end, that is 1000. Why? 1000 was my primary deposit. The moment it ends with 1000 as a cash reserve, that process will end over there. Okay, see, you can check out the statement over here which is being prepared. Okay, so on the basis of initial deposit of rupees 1000 of banking system as a whole is able to generate bank deposit of rupees 5000. You can check out, you can go for the process, keep on doing the reserve. That means first you take 1000, then keep a cash reserve of 20%, that is 200, then 800 you will circulate. Okay, then again 800 will be transferred to another bank. Now again a reserve of 20% of 800, 160, then rest of the money will be given as a loan, that is 640. Now 640 will again be transferred to the bank account, 20% as a reserve, which is 128, and 512 will be the rest of the amount which has been given. Go on doing this process till your cash reserve reaches 1000. That means your cash reserve should total up 1000. Am I clear what you have to check? You have to check cash reserve only. Ultimately, when your reserve is totaling up 1000, there you will end. Okay, so you will check out final deposit is 5000 total. Now loan amount which is being created by the bank is 4000. That means from 1000 they created a loan amount of 4000. Okay, so this is the system which is being followed for credit creation process. Fine. Now next topic is limits to credit creation. The total amount of cash reserve in a country determines the amount of credit. The larger the cash reserve with the commercial bank, the larger will be the credit created by them. Okay, so this is what the system is being followed. The larger the amount of cash reserve, that means whatever reserves they are keeping, the more and more amount they can create. That means as a credit they can give to the common people or firm or any other person. Okay, now the smaller the amount of cash reserve with central bank and by commercial bank themselves, that is LRR equals to SLR. What is SLR? Statutory liquidity ratio, plus RR is reserve ratio. Okay, the more will be the power of the bank to create credit and vice versa. Fine. So the smaller the amount of cash reserve with central bank means RBI. Okay, so as even these reserves are being kept by central bank also. See, do remember, when there is a reserve is being created by a bank, commercial bank, it is being divided in two parts. One, it is being kept by the bank, and one part is being given to the central bank. Now if central bank will keep less reserve with them, no doubt that means more amount of money will be left out with the commercial bank. Now if commercial bank will be left out with more money, they can give more loans, right? So that is what here this point means. The smaller amount of cash reserve with central bank and by commercial banks themselves, then reserve ratio, what will be the reserve ratio, is equals to, legal reserve ratio is equals to what? SLR plus RR, that is reserve ratio which is being kept by the bank, and SLR, that is statutory liquidity ratio which is with bank. Okay, so that will that is a cumbersome of 2. That is what I told you. I hope it is clear. Now, if people are in habit of using checks, drafts, bills of exchange, etc. for transaction, bank needs to keep small amount of cash reserve, and therefore their power to create credit will be more. Now, why drafts, bills of exchange? Because these are instruments. Okay. Now, if people are using all these frequently, they are using less money, less currency. So more currency will be left out with the bank. Okay. So more currency, that means more amount of credit they can give. So that is what the credit will be more. Now, bank advance loan to its customers on the basis of some kind of security, so that the banks can sell them off in case the loan is not paid. More liquid is the security, more acceptable it is to the bank. Okay. Now, bank advance loan to its customers on the basis of some kind of securities means, that means they don't give loan unless and until they have any kind of security papers. Okay. So in case if there is any problem, what they can do, they can sell those securities. Okay. So more liquid is the security, more acceptable it is to the bank. More liquid is the security means the instant cash. If suppose you are giving such security which can be converted into instant cash, then more it will be acceptable by the bank. Okay. Now, next is central bank. A central bank is the apex institution in the banking that we have already studied and financial structure of the country. It plays a leading role in organizing, running, supervising, regulating and developing the banking and financial structure of the economy. So no doubt the total structure of finance is being controlled and regulated by the central bank only. Okay. Now, functions of central bank. What is the first kind of work which has been done by the central bank? First is bank of issue. Now, what do you mean by bank of issue? Bank of issue, that means they enjoy the monopoly of note issue. Nobody else can issue the note instead of central bank. Okay. So only central bank has this power. Concentration of exclusive power of note issue with the central bank has a number of advantage. Now, why this power is only with RBI, or you can say central bank? What is the advantage? That is what we are going to read out ahead. Now, let's understand what are the advantages if this power is being given only to RBI. First is it brings uniformity in note issue. As a result, they are wisely accepted as a medium of exchange. Now, they are widely accepted as a medium of exchange. That means you know very well all around it is being accepted. Moreover, it is uniform. Uniform means single color, single size, single design, you know, all the prints in one uniform way, in one proper format. There are no different formats. Okay. Next is it imparts a distinctive prestige to the currency notes. As a result, people faith in the currency. Now, distinctive prestige means it gives a different status to the currency. So no doubt people have more trust on that. Why? Because they know very well that this is something legal which has been given by the government. Okay. It enables the central bank to have an effective control on the bank money created by the commercial banks. The government may earn profit from the printing of notes and minting of coins. Now, how they earn profit? Because they have the monopoly. They are the only one who issue all this. Right? So, no doubt they earn profit. Why? Because when they circulate the money, it comes back in the form of more and more interest to them. It enables the government to have supervision and control over the supply of the money in the economy. Now, even as the currency notes are uniform and everything is being done by the RBI itself, they know how many notes are being issued. Now, suppose I have issued, for example, RBI has issued 21,000 rupees notes. Okay, now if they have issued 21,000 rupees notes, and if they with specific numbers, so if they find out the number more or number different or any such case, that means if they find out the calculation more, so they try to find out from where this money is. This is how they can detect whether the black marketing is going on, whether there is any illegal issue of currencies, any such kind. Okay, so what it happens, it makes them easy to supervise it and control over the supply of money in the economy. Okay, banker, fiscal agent and advisor to the government. As the banker to the government, central bank performs the same function as are performed by the commercial bank for their customers. They receive deposits of cash, checks, drafts, etc. from the government, provides cash for the government for wages and salaries, make payment on behalf of the government, gives short period loans to the government, and buys and sells foreign currencies on behalf of the government. Now banker, physical agent, that means it also acts as an agent. Physical agent, that is the budget. Okay, so RBI is the one who checks out the complete budget, or you can say finance the complete budget of the government. Okay, even it check outs the wages and salary of the government officials. They make payment on behalf of the government. So all this work is being done by the government, and even they advise government that what kind of work should be done, how, what effective work should be done, what effective action should be taken, so that the things can be controlled. Okay, so as physical agent, it manages public debts, issue new loans, receives subscriptions to these loans, pays interest on them and repay these loans. Okay, so these are all are the work of the RBI. Okay, it advises the government as the financial advisor on all the financial and monetary matters, and in formulation of monetary policies for the control of inflation, deflation, devaluation and revaluation. It also gives advices on deficit financing, foreign trade practice and policies, and budget policies. Now these all words are very new for you all, like deficit financing, inflation, deflation, you must be knowing, revaluation, devaluation. These all you will come ahead in the topic, or you can say chapter fiscal policy. Okay, so you have one chapter as a fiscal policy. In that you will find all these words. Okay, now banker to banks. As banks bank means they are bankers to the bank. They provide loan to the bank, they provide all the facilities to the bank, the way commercial bank provide to the customers. Now next is custodian of nation in foreign exchange reserve. In the foreign exchange, transactions of a country are routed through central bank. It controls both the receipts and payments of foreign exchange. It tries to maintain stability of exchange rate. It enforces exchange control regulations prescribed by the government from time to time. Okay, so what is it? Prescribed by the government, that means regulation prescribed by the government, that means rules and regulations which has been issued by the government. Okay, so what they do, they are custodian, that means they take the custody, they keep in control what? Foreign exchange reserve. So whatever transaction has been going on at international level, that is totally being controlled by RBI. Okay, lender of the last resort. Now what do you mean by lender of the last resort? That means it is the last hope of the bank. Suppose I know now my bank will not survive. Okay, I have my bank, commercial bank. I know my bank will not survive due to lack of reserves. So what I can do, I can approach RBI for that. Now why RBI will help out? Because RBI know that bank is the institution in which common people have their trust. So RBI has to maintain it Why? So that in future they must be getting proper reserves. And with how the reserves is possible? When common people will deposit their money. So this is a circle process. So lender of last resort, that means last hope for the banks. Central bank acts as a lender of the last resorts when commercial banks have exhausted their resources and are in need of funds. They approach the central bank to tide over their financial crisis. Okay, in its capacity as the lender of last resort, the central bank provides directly or indirectly and reasonable financial assistance to commercial banks, discount houses, bill brokers and other financial institutions. Okay, so I hope it is clear. Now next is clearing house for transfer and settlement of mutual claims of commercial bank. Every day customers of different banks issues checks draw on their bank, which creates the need of settling claims on each other. Since commercial banks keep their cash reserves with the central bank, it is easier and convenient to clear and settle claims on each other by making transfer entry in their account maintained with the central bank. Now you know very well, whenever there is a transaction there will be an entry. So if one customer of one bank, suppose SBI, is writing a check, or you can say issuing a check on Bank of Baroda, so that means the transfer is from SBI to Bank of Baroda. Now instead of going this kind of physical transfer, what they can do, they can straight away direct RBI, they can straight away inform RBI, see this amount is with me, now you can transfer it to Bank of Baroda. Okay, SBI can direct this to RBI. So what will happen, they already have cash reserve, one account is being created of every bank in RBI. Okay, they have their cash reserve in that account. So what they do, they just transfer from one account to another account in RBI only. They need not go for physical transfer. Physical transfer, that means they need not do it in physical terms. They can just say that transfer entry can be done. So please do that there only. So it will be cleared. So this is clearing house. Okay. Now controller of credit. Commercial bank creates credit. Therefore, it is essential for the supply of credit must be regulated so as to ensure the smooth functioning of the economy. For this, central bank adopts qualitative and quantitative measures of credit control. Now see how control of credit is being done by RBI. That is also a tactics. Now this tactics is being followed through qualitative and quantitative method. Okay. Now this measures we will study ahead. Fine. So this measure has been adopted by RBI to control credit all around in the country. Okay, next is developmental and promotional function. Now what is developmental and promotional function? That means whatever development is being going on in the country, that is being directed by whom? That is being directed by RBI. Any cheap rediscounting directed by RBI. So central bank provides liberal and cheap rediscounting facilities to commercial bank and gives various types of concessions. Central bank discharge various functions to promote economic development of the country by providing funds for agriculture, industry and other sectors. Okay, so all the directions is being given by RBI for the development and promotions of the country. Now the last function of RBI, that is publication of economic and statistical information. Now central bank collects periodical economic and statistical information relating to different aspects of economy and publishes periodical report. This provides valuable information regarding the functioning of the economy. So whatever statistical data, that means how much country has been made progress, what is the achievement of the country in industrial sector, in agricultural sector, in tertiary sector, these all is being provided by RBI. Okay, they collect all the information and then give it to the authorities to publicly issue it. Okay, or you can say inform to the public. So these are valuable information which we must get time to time, so that we can understand how our country is making progress. Okay, so these data and information has been provided by whom? By RBI.